Welcome to this instructional demonstration on how to place a requisition using PeopleSoft. Let us begin the process step by step. First, log into your PeopleSoft account. After logging in, navigate to your homepage and select eProcurement option. On the left-hand side of the screen, click on Create Requisition. You will now enter a requisition name. It is advisable to use a detailed name to facilitate easy identification of the requisition. In this demonstration, we will select Override because I will be placing this requisition on behalf of another individual. Be sure to specify the requester's name appropriately. If you do not know the supplier ID, click the search tool icon represented by a magnifying glass to find the appropriate supplier name. For this example, we will select Train as the supplier. You may now enter the category for the requisition or search using a description by clicking search tool icon represented by a magnifying glass. For example, we will select air conditioner. Next, click the search icon to look up the unit of measure. For this demonstration, we will select each. Please note that there is no need to enter the buyer information at this stage, as the fully approved requisition will be routed to a team lead for assignment to a buyer later on. For the ship to field, we will leave it set to SLAC receiving. It's important to ensure that the due dates you enter are realistic and achievable. In the attention field, enter the name of the individual who should receive communication about this requisition. Moving on to accounting defaults, select the PC business unit, which will always be SLAC, and enter your project activity number. Once completed, click OK. We will now proceed with our purchase order placed by procurement by selecting Special Request. This will allow us to complete the requisition, which will later convert into a purchase order. Now enter the item description in the line item section along with the price and quantity. You will notice that a lot of this information has auto-populated for you. If you have any additional details to include, you can do so here. Once you have entered all necessary information, click Add to Cart. You will now see that there is one line item in your cart. Next, click Checkout. A pop-up will notify you that budget checking is required to ensure sufficient funding for the project activity number you entered. Here you can click the chevron sign for additional information and double-check your order details, including the shipping address, description, unit, and price. You can also attach any required documents to this order. Once you have attached all necessary documents, click OK to proceed. Continue to review your information for accuracy. If you need to change your project activity number, click on Check Fields 3 and make your adjustments there. In the requisition comments section, feel free to enter any additional remarks or approval justifications required for the approvers. Now let us initiate the budget check. This may take a moment as PeopleSoft verifies that adequate funding is available for your project activity code. Once the check is complete, the budget check status will indicate whether funding is valid. You can also preview the approval workflow by clicking on the corresponding option. When ready, click Save and Submit. Next, you will answer a series of questions related to hazardous materials and equipment associated with this requisition. For our example, since we are requesting an HVAC unit, you will likely indicate yes for certain equipment categories. If the requisition necessitates an ES&H review, select the appropriate ES&H coordinator by clicking the search magnifying icon to bring up a list. After making your selection, click OK. You will now see that a requisition ID has been created, confirming that your requisition has been successfully initiated. The requisition will first route to the gatekeeper, followed by the cost accounting manager, and subsequently to the business planning office. Due to the threshold, this will also route to the program manager, WBS manager. And because there is on-site work, an ES&H classification form required, additional approvers will be included in the routing process. Once fully approved, it will be routed to the TM lead, who will then assign it to a procurement specialist. This concludes our demonstration on how to place a requisition in PeopleSoft.